Hey everybody, and welcome back to the board meeting. Today we're doing another board game rambling video where I just kind of pick a topic in the board gaming world that I feel like talking about that day. Today's topic is the new Hotness versus highly rated classic games. And I'm using the word classic very loosely here because when I'm talking about classic games in this sense, I'm talking about any game that's like 5 years or older. Because 5 years or older in today's board gaming world is ancient. Nobody talks about those anymore. But first, let's talk about like the new hotness. So everybody uses the word new hotness now, and for board gaming, for games that are being released, right then and there, and everybody's talking about them. They're the new best game of all time, and everybody talks about them nonstop for 1 week. And then you never hear about that game again. And that seems to be a trend nowadays, and I think it's for a couple reasons. First, it's because we, as humans, always want the next best thing, the next big thing. We're always consuming, always wanting to consume something and then move on to the next best thing. And another reason why is because it's so easy to do that nowadays because there's so many board gaming games coming out weekly. There's something like 2,000 to 3,000 or 4,000 games coming out every single year. So there's no way we can play them all, and we always want to play all the games, especially me. I want to play all the games, but you can't. So it seems like, a new game comes out and everybody talks about it nonstop. If you go on YouTube, you'll see that video. This week, one that I've seen is Lords of Ragnarok was everywhere. Probably next week I probably won't hear about that for a long time. But all these games come out and they're the new best game, and then next week you don't ever hear about it again. And it's kind of a shame, but it's just how it is. And I want to verse those games versus older the classic games that are highly rated. I myself I tend to try to play the older games first before I play the newest game. Unless the newest game is just something that really, really intrigues me, that just speaks to me. But other than that, I want to try the older games first. One thing, like a game like A Feast for Odin, I have never played that. But if I had a chance to play either A Feast for Odin or Lords of Ragnarok, I would choose A Feast for Odin. Why? Because... and it's not even that old of a game. I think it came out like 2015, 2016. Very highly rated. A lot of people still talk about it. And that's one thing if it's a good game. If it's that old and people still talk about it today as one of their favorite games, that makes me want to play it because I know that it's a good game because it's stood that test of time. And 5 to 6 years old in the board gaming world is forever. And if a game's still getting talked about, you probably know it's a good game. So that's why I tend to play more older games rather than their new games. Like I do play your newer games, like The Loop. I was very interested in The Loop, and I pre-ordered that as soon as I could. Played that. But that's few and far between. But I just want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of new games versus the old games? Do you try to get the new games first, or do you try to play older games? Or do you do a little bit of a combination like myself? Or is it all new games or all old games? Either way, let me know in the comments below. I know this is sort of a weird board game rambling video, but it is what it is. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content from me in the future, make sure to like and subscribe to see more weekly content from me at the board meeting in the future. Hope you all have a great day. Take care.